Chandlar with the Crew Reviews, and we are at Bouchercon, the 50th anniversary of the World Mystery Conference in Dallas, Texas. And today we are interviewing 4 of my favorite authors and doing just a quick mini interview to get a background of some of wonderful, wonderful writers. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves. But first we have Vivien Chien, we have Cheryl Head, we have Reid, and Brad Parks. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves by, will you tell us a little bit about either what you write or your latest and greatest release, either upcoming or just out, and maybe what's on the horizon for you.
My name is Vivien. I write the Noodle Shop Mysteries. My most recent release was Untitled Chapter, which came out in August. I have another title coming out in February called Egg Drop Death, and there will be another one following in late 2020.
They're a lot of fun. I really enjoy them a lot. I know, aren't they good? They're so good. Cheryl, how about yourself?
I write the Motown, Charlie Mack Motown mystery set in Detroit in mid-2000s when Detroit was at one of its lowest points. It's a great time to write about crime and mayhem.
And I'm from the Detroit area, and I love,
Where are you from, LA?
just outside Detroit,
Yeah.
But I worked in downtown Detroit at the General Motors building for a couple of years, and I love it, and I know, we're just so tall, we're big friends. Joe, how about you?
Sure, I'm Joseph Reid. I write the Seth Walker series. It's about an air marshal who solves and investigates crimes around airports and airplanes. The most recent book is called False Horizon. It came out in June of 2019. And the sequel to that will come out, it's called Departure, and it'll come out in August 2020.
And Joe was a debut author with me in 2017. If you follow him on any social media like Instagram and whatnot, he has the best airport art. He takes pictures of it as he travels, and I just love it.
Every day, yeah, I post a picture from a different airplane. Yeah.
I love it. All right, Brad.
And I'm Brad Parks. I write standalone thrillers. My latest book is called The Last Act. It features an out-of-work actor who is hired by the FBI to help them bring down a ruthless Mexican drug cartel. My next book is called Interference. The premise there is, what if you could use the power of quantum physics to help find a missing person?
Nice. And I always like, Brad is also in the theater world a lot, and I always appreciate a lot of different levels of art, so he's a lot of fun to read. So I have my first question is extremely serious. It's beer, bourbon, or wine? Brad?
I'll use a visual aid for answering this question.
Exactly.
I'm a beer man.
Nice.
I just am, and I'm very excited by the IPA revolution. It has brought a lot of flavor to this drink, and I support it wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. Nice.
Beer.
Joe?
I'm rum, actually, to like go outside the box.
You can't do that!
That's
Yes,
one
I
of the best
can. This
answers
is a
I've
podcast.
ever
I can do whatever I want.
He's half pirate, so natural. Cheryl?
That 150 proof.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I'm wine. I'm
Wine.
definitely wine. White wine, preferably German, preferably a Cabernet or Riesling.
Man, woman who knows what she wants. I'm liking that. Vivien.
I'm actually a vodka person more than anything else. So, actually, I really like Stoli. I like the flavor. I like to do the different flavors. Mostly vanilla. I like the smoothness of it. And kind of, it doesn't seem like you're drinking alcohol, so you might get a little carried away.
Stoli.
Yeah.
You need a representation. Great. Okay, so for writing, we've all been in the writing world a long time as authors. What is something surprising about the writing career that you have that maybe you didn't expect, or something that you really enjoy about writing in general, or maybe the business of it? Do you want to start?
I'll start. So I'm a lawyer in my day job, and so I'm a litigator. It's very adversarial, and we fight a lot, we yell at each other. The writing world is so friendly and so supportive, and I think that's really been the biggest surprise to me, and the greatest thing that I like about doing this is like my side. You know, you and I met in the debut panel, and we've been friends ever since, and everybody sort of supports each other.
It's really refreshing. It's very surprising because there's so many parts of the entertainment world that are very cutthroat. And for some reason, the crime writing community is very supportive of each other. My theory is that we kill people on paper.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot more empathy in real life. I don't know.
So my theory actually is this, and I think this is a strong part where Bouchercon, and this is what makes Bouchercon go. It's like, we are collectively creating an entertainment product, right? But we can only each individually write so many books. So we actually need each other. Like we do. You know, because like, hey man, like our competition, my competition is not Joe, right? It's like, it's not like, oh, if someone spends $1 on Joe's book, they're not going to spend it. No, our competition is every form of entertainment possibly. So we're in this together. We are creating this product where somebody, like there are readers here at Bouchercon that read 240 books a year. So like we want to make that product as great as possible. So I love that Cheryl writes these awesome books, right? Because like I know, like when you're done mine, a day and a half later, like read Cheryl. And I want you turned on by crime fiction. And like I know if all of us can work together to make that happen, it's going to be a better thing.
Definitely.
And I think crime fiction readers are some of the most discerning readers around. They're curious about a lot of genre. They're curious about a lot of topics. They're willing to take a chance on a book they don't know much about or an author they don't know much about. Because they just have a curiosity about things. I don't think that's the same as the romance readers. And I've been around a lot of the romance writers and readers.
Right.
And there's such diversity in the product. I mean, just across the four of us,
Absolutely.
I mean, the five of us, the kinds of books we write are so different from each other, even though we're all in the same job.
Exactly. Yeah, Vivien, what about you?
Well, I think probably my favorite part is hearing from readers. A lot of people, so my books take place in Cleveland, and I have people reaching out to me from all over the country saying they used to live in Cleveland 20 years ago, and they remember, you know, East Cleveland, and it's like a reunion for them. So I feel like that's my favorite part, and I really was not expecting that to happen. So that's
because this art form that we have here is unusual in that, like, when you're making a book, right, you are bringing everything you've ever experienced is grist for the mill, right, in that book. But then actually the art form only truly comes alive in one place, and that is the mind of that reader. And they're also bringing everything they've ever experienced as grist for the mill when they're so you're thinking of the house you grew up in, and they're thinking of their best friend Susie's house from the 2nd grade, and like that's the house they're seeing, even if it's different than the house you're seeing. But like it's coming alive in their head, and that's just like a magical thing when you think of like the words we write on the page, which we're like, oh God, I don't know if this is any good at all. Like that invokes something in people is like a magic to me that I can never get over it, and I can never get enough of it. So like those reader emails saying like, you took me back to growing up in Cleveland, I think it's just a wonderful thing.
Yeah, there's a British author, Jasper Ford. He talks about how the most creative being is a reader, and how when you're reading, you create so much as you're reading. And I think that's why we love to work with that. It's moving and powerful.
Well, it's also intimate because writing books is a solitary thing, unlike almost any other art form. Where like if it's a film, you're getting many people.
There are a lot of people involved.
You know, a lot of thumbs in the pie because it's like, okay, the screenwriter has one vision, the director has another vision, the actor has another vision, and half of that can be gone on the cutting room floor and whatnot. Versus like these books, I don't think readers realize how much the extent to which. Okay, we don't control the cover necessarily, but like everything between the covers, that was on our laptop screens at one point. Our computer, like that was, or a long pan, or however we do it. Like those words are ours, you know, and like, and so to have that thing of like this thing that was mine, and now it's yours, and then we share it together is amazing.
It's really bonding. I was just talking today about how like you can come across somebody that's completely unlike yourself. I do this in the subway in New York City all the time. I sit down next to somebody completely unlike me, but I see the book they're reading, and I'm like, is that good? Do you like that book? And why? And we're suddenly, instantly really good friends. And I love that aspect of reading and writing, and it's really bonding.
We're shocked to learn Lori makes friends on the subway.
I know. It's a stretch, but I try. Okay, so go really deep. What's your favorite cartoon? I'm a Scooby-Doo girl myself, growing up, but now I really love Gumball. I love Gumball. It's a great cartoon right now. It's really great. Okay, anybody cartoons? I know. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
And Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, Wiley.
You come back to life. You can fall off a cliff or have an anvil dropped on your head, and you come back to life.
They just have hope for the next one. It's going to happen this time.
This is violent, too. She just blow it up.
Yeah. I love Looney Tunes to do something different. I'll do Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
Love Scooby-Doo.
I've introduced my kids to Scooby-Doo. My kids love Scooby-Doo.
That's awesome. I grew up with a Great Dane, like Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
So, I love Scooby-Doo.
Did he talk and solve mysteries?
Of course. No.
That's why you're in crime fiction,
Yeah,
because
it's
of your
exactly
crime
how it
solving
started.
dog.
Started a long time ago.
Ruff.
Exactly.
See, I'm gonna go Smurfs because they rise and fall as a collective. They either beat Gargamel together or they are eaten by Gargamel together, and everybody has their role. Handy Smurf needs to do his thing, and Vanity Smurf needs to do his thing, and unless everybody plays a role, they all lose. But they win together.
I call bullshit.
It's the Saturday of Bouchercon. I'm a beer and a half in. This is the best I can do. You said deep. You wanted deep. I'm
You've
giving
fallen
you
in my estimation. Vivien, how about you?
Well, I'm gonna be completely different. And I did really enjoy Scooby-Doo, but Sailor Moon.
Ooh.
I absolutely loved it.
Very nice.
It's very good. It's a weird story, and it's very immature and very mature at the same time because there's a lot of different things that are going on that may not be appropriate for children, but are lost in translation from the Japanese version to the American version. So the American version is much cleaner, but then when you really get into the story of the Japanese side, there's a lot of things going on I don't think children should be watching.
This is interesting. Okay, so what about childhood movie that scared the bejesus out of you? And I asked this because the other night I had been reading too many of these real life scary Twitter things. And then I'm a city girl now, apparently, and I was staying at a friend's house that is in the woods and solitary with no one. I woke up half a dozen times in the middle of the night with my phone light going, who's there? It was the worst night of sleep I've ever had in my entire life. And childhood movies that maybe scared you. So she's ready. She's not
I'm
ready.
still scared as an adult.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm a little weird
Okay.
because I was a shark scientist before I was a lawyer or a writer, and so my Christmas movie, my family's Christmas movie, wasn't like It's a Wonderful Life. It was Jaws. Every Christmas we would watch Jaws.
Nothing says Christmas like Blood and Guts.
Right. So I love that movie, but it doesn't scare me at all.
Interesting.
The Shining scares me completely, and I still won't watch it.
I got it. Totally get that. Yeah.
I'll
How about you?
go with Alien.
Yes.
I had to go to the theater twice to see it because I left the first time.
The
When the
tension.
thing came out, I'm out.
There's so much
So I
tension.
came back for a matinee in the daylight, to watch this.
Love it. How about you?
Oh, Hellraiser. I prematurely watched Hellraiser. I was definitely way too young. My sister's older than I am, so we watched it together. And I had nightmares of Pinhead for 3 straight weeks. Just every time I closed my eyes, I saw him.
He's awful. How about you, Brad? Like Shakespeare?
No. Absolutely. Star Wars Revenge of the Jedi, because I was a huge Darth Vader fan, and to watch him lose was just shattering for me. Like every other kid in my neighborhood wanted to be Luke Skywalker. I had a life-size Darth Vader cutout in my room. And so, like, to watch Darth Vader die, it was just like, I never recovered.
Thanks for spoiling it.
He's also Luke's dad. Oh!
Well, thank you so much for being here with us. I so appreciate it. Go buy all of their books. We'll be posting about each of their books. And thank you for joining us. And I really hope you got a little bit of insight into the weird and wacky world of authors. And thank you so much. Thanks.
Fun.
Thank you.